Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers at Tigers Stadium. On the mound for Baltimore is rookie pitcher Allan Ramirez, who's 3-1 with a 3.43 ERA. And pitching for Detroit is Reuschel, who is 6-10 with a 5.04 ERA. And so yesterday we lost, and we lost bad. We were down 9-0 by the end of the third inning, and by all accounts we were out of it. It's a third loss in a row. Schatzeder started for us, and it will be his last start, as Milt Wilcox will be back in the number 2 starter's role next time around. So I'll be making a few adjustments there. And so today, it's the bad Rick Reuschel pitching performance expectation. It's every other start. So he did have a complete game win in his last start, and then the 2 starts before that he had a complete game win. So unfortunately, we're going to be relying on Rick Reuschel to get us out of the jam we're in. We've fallen back to third place, 1 game back of the Yankees and Baltimore. So on top of that, today we have 3 bullpen righties that are not technically available. We may have to go to one of or 2 of them, but certainly Roger Weaver. If we're in a spot, we'll go to Tobic or Hume. But with Roger Weaver being 2 days tired, he will definitely not be pitching today. All right, so the one change I did in the lineup is I took Carlton Fisk out. He was also listed as tired, but I'd already made the commitment internally that I was going to put Champ Summers in there today. And so let's go ahead and get to the Orioles rundown of their lineup. As always, I'll show you their stats. And then over here on the side, you'll have the 1980 Thompson baseball card representing that player. And if they didn't have a card in 1980, either because they weren't up yet in the majors or if they've never made it to the major leagues, then I'll use something that's close to that 1980 card. That's kind of how I've been doing it. So anyway, batting leadoff and catching is Glenn Borgman. Borgman went 4 for 5 in yesterday's game, and he was 3 for 3 in the first 3 innings. Batting second and in center field is Al Bumbry. Batting third and playing first base, Eddie Murray. Batting cleanup and in left field, Jeff Burrows. Batting fifth and DHing today is Gary Renicky. Batting sixth and at third base is Doug DeCinces. Batting seventh and in right field, Ken Singleton. Eighth and at second base is Phil Garner. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Dave Concepcion. And on the mound for the Tigers is Rick Reuschel, as I mentioned before. He's 6-10 overall. He's 2-1 since joining Detroit with a 3.99 ERA. And, actually, overall, not terrible numbers, but it's those in-between starts that's been killing him. So hopefully today we'll get, break out of that mold and get a victory and get back on track. So leading off, here's Glenn Borgman. And Borgman strikes out looking, so that's a good start. Bringing up Al Bumbry with 1 out, and Bumbry, the only lefty in the lineup, gets a base hit to the right side. And that's going to bring up Eddie Murray, who's a switch hitter. He's batting lefty against Reuschel and batting .257. He's going to ground it to short, and they go to first to get the run. Bumbry advances to second base. So 2 down for Jeff Burrows, and Burrows is going to ground to Whitaker, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So We head to the bottom of the first. We're going to go ahead and do the Tigers rundown. Batting first and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at third base is Richie Hebner. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Cleanup and catching today is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and in center field is Barry Bonnell. Batting seventh and on a 9-game hitting streak is Jason Thompson. And batting eighth and playing DH today in a spot start is Champ Summers. And finally batting ninth and on a 12-game hitting streak is Allan Trammell. And pitching for the Orioles is Allan Ramirez. His very first career start was against Detroit. And it looks like he's been pitching pretty solidly. Good numbers all the way around. So we'll see if we can put some runs on the board early and often. Sweet Lou starts it off with a base hit through the left side. So off to a good start. And here's Richie Hebner batting .308 versus lefties. And he's going to walk. So runners at first and second for Steve Kemp, who has not had a home run in his last 20 games. So he is due. In this case, he's going to get a ground ball through the right side for a base hit. And Whitaker scores. Hebner advances to third. And it's first and third and still nobody out. So here's cleanup hitter Lance Parrish. Parrish is going to take a third strike looking, and that will be the first out of the inning. Bringing up Gary Hancock, who has one home run against Ramirez this year. And Hancock doesn't take the bat off his shoulders. So back-to-back strikeouts, and it's going to be up to Barry Bonnell to put more runs on the board. And he's going to pop it up on the infield. So that is a wasted opportunity for us, as we do get a run on the board and we have the early lead. So at least we're not starting off in the trenches. So it's 1-0, and Gary Reuschel is going to bloop a base hit into right center field, and that's going to be the second hit of the game for the Orioles, bringing up Doug DeCinces, who had a big blast in yesterday's game. His team leading 15th home run. He flies out to right, and that's going to be the first out, as switch hitter Ken Singleton comes to the plate. Singleton's going to put a little blooper into right center field, and that will also get down, as Reuschel had to hold, and so he stops at second base. So first and second, here's old scrap iron Phil Garner. Surprisingly, for a little guy, he's got 10 home runs this year. And he hits a deep fly ball to center field. It's going to be caught by Bonnell, and Reuschel advances to third. So 2 down for number 9 hitter Dave Concepcion. And Concepcion's going to hit a blooper into left center field, and it will be caught by Kemp. So we get out of that inning without giving up a run, and we head to the bottom of the second. And Jason Thompson will lead off the inning. And he takes a walk. So that's 3. Is that 3 walks for Ramirez? I guess it's only 2. So 2 walks. And runner at first for Champ Summers. He's going to strike out swinging. That's 3 Ks for Ramirez. And so the number 9 hitter, Allan Trammell, comes to the plate, and he's going to hit a high fly ball to center field. That will be the second out. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Lou Whitaker. And Lou's going to ground it to third, and that's the final out of the inning. So heading to the top of the third, still have a 1-run lead. Glenn Borgman leads off the inning. And Borgman's going to hit a blooper into right center field, and that will fall down. So all 3 hits by the Orioles have been to the same spot. So nobody down. Al Bumry comes to the plate, and he's going to hit it to Hebner at third. Is that double play? Nope, they only go to first. Borgman is safe at second. And so 1 down for Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. And Murray's going to hit a lazy fly ball to left. And that's going to be the second out, bringing up Jeff Burroughs with a runner at second base. And Burroughs is going to get a base hit to right. That should score Borgman. It does. And so the game is tied at 1 run each. Burroughs with the RBI, standing at first base. And that's going to bring up the DH, Gary Renicky, who grounds it to Whitaker. And that's the third out. So the Orioles even it up at 1 as we head to the bottom of the third. And Richie Hebner is going to lead off, and he will walk. So there's the third walk by Ramirez. So runner at first. We're going to hit and run. Try to get something going since we haven't been able to get any of the runners we have had on base back in. And Kemp's going to fly out to left field, so Hebner remains at first. 1 down for Parrish. And Parrish walks. So runners at first and second, bringing up Gary Hancock, and we need a clutch hit from him right now. There we go, base hit to left field. Is that enough to get Hebner in? It is, so we take the lead on the RBI single by Hancock. Parrish holds it second. And 1 down for Barry Bunnell. And Bunnell walks. So that's 5 walks for Ramirez. Bases loaded for a hot hitter, Jason Thompson. So 1 down. And JT is going to hit a high fly ball to center field. That should be enough to get the slow Parrish in. He does tag up and score. Hancock goes to third. And we have runners at first and third. Now up 3-1. Here's Champ Summers with a chance at an RBI, and he's going to ground it to second, and that will be the third out. So we go to the top of the fourth. We've regained the lead, put a 2 spot on, and Doug DeCinces is going to lead off. He's going to ground it to Hebner at third, and that will be the first out. So 1 down for Kenny Singleton. Singleton is going to hit a high fly ball down the right field line. It's going to go foul and be caught by Gary Hancock. So a long foul out for the second out. And here is Phil Gardner. Gardner's going to pull it into left field for a base hit. And Gardner does have an 86 speed. So hopefully Parrish, with his strong arm, will keep an eye on him. And Concepcion's going to line out to center field, and that will be the third out. So Ramirez is sitting at 65 pitches as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Number 9 hitter Allan Trammell will lead off the inning, and he hits it long and deep into left center field, and it is gone. So that's the 8th home run for Trammell on the year, and that is a lot for a young Allan Trammell to put 8 home runs on the board. I'm kind of impressed. Whitaker's going to ground out to second, and that's the first out of the inning, bringing Richie Hebner to the plate. And Hebner's going to hit a high fly ball to center. That's 2 down. So 2 down for Steve Kemp, and Kemp's going to walk. It's 6 walks for Ramirez. Up to 78 pitches. And big wheel Lance Parrish comes up, and he is going to pull it to left on a line, and it will be caught by the left fielder, Jeff Burroughs. So we put our 4th run on the board, extend the lead, and we head to the top of the 5th with Glenn Borgman at the plate. Borgman grounds it to Trammell. It's going to be the first out. Reuschel has been efficient, no walks, sitting at 57 pitches. Al Bunbury grounds it to Trammell at short. That's going to be 2 down. And number 3 hitter and first baseman Eddie Murray's going to strike out. So that's the second strikeout for Reuschel. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. Up by 3, 4-1. Gary Hancock leading off. Hancock's going to pop it up on the infield, just over the pitcher's mound to the shortstop, and that will be the first out. So, 1 down for Barry Bonnell. Bonnell's going to go down swinging. It's 4 Ks for Ramirez. So 2 down for Thompson, and Thompson's going to ground it to second base, and that will be the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ramirez. He needed that after racking up all those walks. And we head to the top of the 6th. We're going to switch over the stats to the in-game stats, so you can get an idea of what the batters have been doing thus far. So leading off the top of the 6th is Jeff Burroughs, 2 for 5 against Reuschel this year. And he's going to get a base hit to right field. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI, the only RBI of the game for the Orioles. And runner at first for Gary Reuschel. Reuschel's going to pull a base hit through the left side. And the Orioles have a little bit of a rally going, first and second, nobody out for Doug DeCinces, who has put up, I think, most of his 15 home runs against us. He's going to hit a fly ball in the left center field. That will be the first out. Burroughs with a 65 speed will not be advancing. And we've got 1 down, so we need to get a double play. We're going to guard the lines, maybe try to turn 2 here with all this, these 2 slow base runners on base. And instead, Singleton's going to get a base hit to left. Burroughs has to stop at 3rd. And now we're looking at a bases loaded situation for Phil Garner. So 1 down, bases loaded. Oh, and Garner gets a base hit past my 3rd baseman, Hebner. 2 runs are going to score. And they close the gap to 4-3. So now I'm a little bit concerned with Reuschel. He's pitched pretty well this far, and I don't really get with all of our righty bullpen pitchers. Oh no, couldn't even finish the sentence before Concepcion hits it into the gap for a double. 2 runs score, and the Orioles take the lead. Oh man, I have to keep throwing Reuschel out there. He's only at 78 pitches. As Borgman grounds it back to Reuschel, that should be the 2nd out. It is. They go to 3rd, actually, to get the lead runner, Concepcion. And the Orioles have 11 hits now, as they've taken the lead 5-4. Al Bunbury is up, and I think, do I want to go to a lefty here? No, I guess I have to suck it up and get through this and save our only righty, Lopez, for later in the game, maybe as a closer. And we get out of it as Bunbury grounds to 2nd, but the damage is done as they put a 4 spot on the board, and we are down for the first time in this game. So, Allan Ramirez looking good all of a sudden, with Champ Summers coming to the plate, and he walks. So 7 walks for Allan Ramirez. Youch. Ramirez at 96 pitches. I am going to sacrifice bunt with Trammell. Let's try to get a runner into scoring position. Trammell lays down a bunt back to the pitcher. Oh, and they go to 2nd, and they get Summers. So that's the worst case scenario there. It's hit and run with Whitaker. He's 4 for 12 against Ramirez this year. And Whitaker is going to swing and miss. So he misses on the hit and run. Trammell steals 2nd, and we do get that runner in the scoring position with 1 out after all. So a 1-2 count now for Whitaker, and Whitaker's going to hit a high fly ball into left center field, and we cannot afford to have the 3rd out at 3rd base, even though it's an 80% chance. Look at that, he's right at the fence. They want me to do it, don't they? But I have one of the better hitters on the team, Richie Hebner, coming up. So I'm going to say no, and I'm going to hope for a base hit to tie the game from Richie Hebner. It's going to be a 1-2 count, and he does get the base hit. Will Trammell score? He does. So good call by me. As the game is now tied at 5. Hebner's safe at first, of course, and that brings up Steve Kemp with 2 down. And Kemp's going to hit a fly ball to center field, and that will be the 3rd out. So a good comeback inning for the offense as we're tied at 5. And Eddie Murray 0 for 3 against Reuschel. So I'm going to have Reuschel continue to pitch. And Murray grounds it to second. So there's the 1st out of the inning. And here's Jeff Burrows. He gets a ground ball past Whitaker somehow. And that's the 12th hit against Reuschel so far today. So he's on the verge of hitting 100 pitches. A double play would be nice right now. Instead, there's that blooper to right center field. That's the 4th hit to that location. And we are in trouble. So we're going to pull the infield in against Doug DeCinces and hope for a ground ball to one of the infielders that go home. It is going to be hit to JT. JT commits an error, and the go-ahead run scores. Renicky is safe at second, and we are still at 1 out. And that's all I can do for Reuschel. I mean, he's going to be the hard luck loser at this point. We're going to bring in Capizzello to face Kenny Singleton. We're going to turn him around and make him bat right-handed. He is batting .250, but with no power. So let's see if we can get him to ground out as the game is in a moment of thinking about it all. Oh, and Capizzello walks him. Oh, man. So now we have a lefty-righty matchup, which is horrible. Garner's batting .303 versus lefties. We got to pull the infield in. It would have worked before. But we only have one righty in the bullpen, and Garner's going to make us pay for it. He's going to clear the bases. Oh, no! Only 2 runs scored. Singleton with a slow speed does not score. And, wow. So, I mean, there's not much else I can do. I guess we're going to intentionally walk Concepcion. We're going to load the bases, and all we can do is hope for a double play. We're going to bring the corners in. We're going to keep the middle infield back. There we go. And cross our fingers. There we go. Base. Oh, past everyone and into center field. And that's just only going to drive in 1 run. And this game is out of hand with back-to-back 4-run innings. And they're still piling on. But at least it's a lefty-lefty matchup. So we need a strikeout here. Nope. In fact, it's going to be a ground ball to Trammell. And it's going to be a double play. And I wish the mercy rule was in effect. So we are really tanking it here against a very important team. It's going to bring in Tim Stoddard from the bullpen. Stoddard, 27-year-old righty, been in 13 games, mostly successful. 4.26 ERA. And Lance Parrish will lead off the bottom of the 7th. We're down 4. We need to string some hits together as Parrish grounds it to short. That's going to be the 1st out. So 1 down. Here's Gary Hancock. Hancock grounds it weakly back to the pitcher. And that will be the 2nd out. So 2 down for Barry Bonnell. And Bonnell's going to get a base hit to left field. So that's only the 6th hit so far today. And we need a big hit here from JT. JT is going to ground it past the shortstop Concepcion. Bonnell's going to stop at second. And it is 1st and 2nd now with 2 outs. Champ Summers is coming to the plate. He hasn't had a hit in a while, it seems. And he's going to strike out swinging here. So a missed opportunity. It's kind of the story of this game. And we're going to let Capizzello pitch to Eddie Murray. And then we might have to bring in Senior Smoke to finish off the game. Murray's going to pop it up to second. And that will be the first out. So we're going to take out Capizzello. And we're going to bring in Senior Smoke Aurelio Lopez. Lopez has been all over the place recently. He's got a 2-1 record, 2.61 ERA. He is our closer, 17 saves out of 19 chances. And we just need him to do some work. He did strike out the side in yesterday's game, so that was nice. And he's going to go ahead and walk Jeff Burrows to start this 8th inning off. His 8th inning appearance, anyway. And a base hit back up the middle by Reuschel. So we've got nothing going for us now. So 1 down, runners at first and second for Doug DeCinces, and he walks DeCinces for the bases loaded. So this is so frustrating, but the Baltimore is clearly the better team as Kenny Singleton comes up. He's going to ground it to JT, who booted it last time in this situation, and here he handles it cleanly for a double play, and we get out of it. So we keep the score to 4 runs. That's a positive, right? And Trammell's going to lead off the inning by grounding out to short. And we turn over the lineup back to Whitaker. Whitaker's going to ground it to third. So 2 down for Richie Hebner. And Hebner's going to pop it up for the 3rd out. So we're going to be down to our final 3 outs. And we're going to ask Lopez, with his low endurance, to give us 1 more inning. We need to be a clean inning. And it starts off by having Phil Gardner fly out to right field for the 1st out. And that's going to bring up Dave Concepcion, who lines out to center. 2 down. And catcher Glenn Borgman, who has just crushed us all series, he walks in this plate appearance. And we have a runner at first. I don't want to go to the bullpen to bring in a lefty. I'm going to just hope that, you know what, I'm going to guard the lines. So we're going to guard the lines for Bunbury. And he's going to have hit a fly ball to the right center field. This time it does not fall in. It's caught by Hancock for the 3rd out. And the Orioles are going to bring in their closer, Tippy Martinez. I know it's Tino in the photo. There's nothing I can do about that. So Tippy got the save yesterday. 2 and 3, 17 saves, just like Senior Smoke, 17 out of 20. And we have a couple lefties batting here. I might bring in a righty for Hancock, because we know Hancock's only got 1 hit versus lefties all year. But Kep does hit lefties well. And in this situation, he pops it up to short. It's going to be the 1st out. So 1 down for Parrish, who somehow is not hitting lefties well. He's only batting .213. And he's going to take a walk. So we're going to, well, that run means nothing. So we may as well not pinch run. But we are going to take out Hancock. And against my better judgment, we're going to bring in Fisk. So Fisk is going to pinch hit for Gary Hancock. He is batting .367 versus lefties. And he's terrible versus righties. And he grounds it to second. That should be a double play. It is. That ends the game. And Baltimore takes us out behind a woodshed. So they follow up a 9-6 victory with a 9-5 victory. We've lost 4 in a row. We're 2 games back now into 3rd place. And Milt Wilcox can't come back soon enough. We're going to take a look at the transactions. And nothing new of note. And so we'll pull up the box score and we'll hang our heads and we'll get out of here. Come back tomorrow with a better perspective. And here's the box score for everyone. Thanks again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. We do have a new baseball video up today, a baseball card video where I opened up two hanger boxes of Bowman Platinum, and I pulled one awesome card out of it. It was very exciting. So we'll take a look here as Reuschel takes his 11th loss overall, 2-2 for Detroit. Allan Ramirez goes to 4-1. And the only home run of the game was by Allan Trammell from the number 9 spot. And so Trammell will get the player of the game. And that's it from Detroit. So we're going to call it an evening. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.